taken the time to think about what you would tell your younger self, the younger version of yourself that probably didn't get what they needed as a child from caregivers, parents, or even school teachers, coaches, anywhere that you felt that you needed to hear it? And now that you're older, looking back, you're like, I wish I knew this. So in this video, I wanted to talk to you guys about certain things that I wish that I knew, or that I wish I could tell myself or my younger version of myself. So you think this is something that will be interesting to you, be sure to, number one, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and hit that notification bell so you're notified when I post new content. If you are new here, my name is Adriana, and I thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, so I decided that I was going to create a list of 5. So I thought I started out with 5 things that I was like, these are the only things I think I would tell myself. But as I began to write, and there's so much power in writing, it's like your mind just opens up. I have a whole page and a half worth of things that I wish I could tell my younger self. And so now I have a daughter, and it's like now I'm in the position to be able to tell her. I also have 4 neighbors, and they're so dear. So they're 4 girls, and they're different ages, and they always come over and they like to be around, and my heart is just so open to them because I understand what that's like, growing up and just wanting somebody to talk to and just be yourself and ask any questions. And I feel it's my responsibility, not out of guilt, but it's just something that tugs within me for those girls, because I know, you know, their situation is a little bit different and difficult at times. And I am happy to be that open door for them. And I would hate it if I was really distant or standoffish to them and I knew something happened in their life because they didn't have anybody to go to, knowing I could always shift my schedule or anything for those girls. So without further ado, let's get into my list. I did have to write them down. Like I said, I started writing them down, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to try to memorize them and be that cool person. But I wanted to let you know, if I'm looking over here, this is just keeping me in line so I don't get out of place. Okay. So as you guys know, I've been talking about the power of the subconscious mind, and I think that that is one of the most important things. Now, these are not in any type of order. Like I said, I started out with 5, and then it kind of started going all over. But I think that number 1 is in order, and that is the power of the subconscious mind. If I could tell my younger self, I would tell her, be careful what you are telling yourself, because your subconscious cannot take a joke. So whatever you say, whatever you think, and you think about often, those things will manifest. And not only the good things, but the bad things also. So if you want to be, you know, whatever you want to be when you grow up, just know that you can do that. You have the power to do that. And while you're young, start telling yourself, your subconscious mind, that you are able to get that done. Another thing is fighting for what you believe in yields results. And I am a fighter myself. I like to give my all when I do certain things. So just teaching her and telling her to fight for what it is that whatever you want, and don't be afraid. There's so much power in deciding, because I know whenever, you know, we make decisions, it's like if we half-hearted make a decision, or making a decision because somebody else is kind of pushing us and motivating us, it's not going to work. So in any and every decision, little Adriana, that you would make sure that you have decided confidently and have taken it as your own, and you will yield some amazing results. Another thing is, because this is big for me, is to never give up. I don't care what happens. I don't care how hard it gets. You don't ever give up. You continue to push through. There will be adversity. There will be obstacles, but you have a fighter within you. And guys, I told myself I was not going to cry, and I feel like it's welling up because I'm going to stop the camera. All right, guys, so that was not planned. I'm going to try to continue, but that just brought emotions, because it's just such a beautiful thing being able to reflect, and part of its growth and the excitement of being able to go back and see the things that I've learned. So, I think I'm going to be okay now. The other one I would say to her is, it's okay to be the only one who believes in you, because I think one of the things that I'm learning now is that you can't really expect everybody to believe in what you're doing. And sometimes people put limitations on you because they put limitations on themselves. So just, you know, be okay to be the only one who believes you can do something, and attack that goal, attack that dream. And again, never give up. I would also tell her that life is to be enjoyed. I know growing up in religion personally, hopefully my young version, would understand this, but growing up in church for a long time, just not being able to really enjoy life because there was always feeling of guilt and not being good enough and frustration and fear. And now being 30, I would tell my younger self, trust me, I hope you get it earlier. Learn to live your life. Don't be afraid. Stop watching TV and being afraid and listen to certain stuff that will just only fill the subconscious mind with negativity. Another thing is that you're beautiful. You are beautiful. And everybody thinks that it's only an outward thing, but beauty is inside and out. But it doesn't matter. If you see yourself as beautiful, you are beautiful. Whether your hair is long, short, curly, afro, you are beautiful. Another thing, and this is something I'm doing now, which makes me excited, is little Adriana, make sure that you read. Stay in a position of always being willing to learn and to grow. Don't think you're ever too good and that you can't ever learn more. So continue to read, because what information is in books is not necessarily on TV and radios and in podcasts. So be a bookworm. Try to read a book a week and just absorb as much information as possible, because if you can learn to read and read well, you can literally teach yourself anything. Another thing I would tell her is to learn who you are. Figure out what you like to do. I know often as younger people, we're kind of tossed in terms with our parents and there's peer pressure, but learn who you are. Learn about emotional intelligence. Learn about your personality. Learn what makes you tick. Learn your birth chart. Learn who you are and embrace who you are. Another thing I would tell her is failure is feedback. A lot of times you think that, oh, I failed and that's it. But failure is feedback. And that goes back to me saying, don't give up, because if something didn't work, that doesn't mean stop. It just means take time to assess what went wrong and then fix it and try again. So going back to never giving up. Another thing that I think is very powerful for my younger self is to let her know that everything that she needs is already within her. I mean, there's nothing else that she needs, but sometimes you just have to be sharpened. And sometimes you need people to help pull that stuff out of you that you already have, but you have everything. So don't ever feel like you're lacking. Don't ever feel limited. You have everything that you need already within you. Switching pages. Another thing that I would tell her is to show gratitude every single day. Even if life doesn't seem like it's going the way you want, show gratitude. You can always find something to be grateful for. And another thing, and this is something I'm learning now and doing better at myself, is to eat foods that allow your body to function optimally and allow it to be able to function properly, so that you can not have any dis-ease or disease and be able to live a long life. So if you are prosperous and abundant, you can enjoy it. You can travel, you can walk around instead of being wealthy and abundant and sitting in a nursing home. Okay, so another thing I would tell her is to meditate. Just take time to yourself and meditate and just ponder and take time to reflect. And you can meditate inside, outside, and just learn to have quiet time. And another thing, what kind of leads me into that, is enjoy the outdoors. Learn about grounding and putting your feet in the ground and just allowing earth to connect to you, and just smell the wonderful smells of nature, and learn to kind of just appreciate nature and understanding how beautiful it really is. So I only have a couple more. And this one is important. This one I've learned later on in life is it's okay to ask for help. So don't be afraid to ask for help, but know who you can ask for help, because you don't want to just ask everybody, because not everybody's for you, and not everybody has integrity, and not everybody has the right intentions, and not everybody is just at a good vibrational level where they'll give you positive insight, and they'll just criticize you and try to break you down. So just having that intuition. So that's going to be an added one. This is a new one. Boop. Is to develop your intuition, because once you develop your intuition, you'll know who to ask questions, who to ask for help, who to surround yourself with, what foods to eat. All of that will be connected to your intuition. Another one is you have a mind. Use your mind. I know sometimes we're so taught in school that, you know, the answers are given and they kind of dumb us down in a certain way. You have a mind, use it, learn to think, take time, like I said, to meditate and think, plan things out, figure out for yourself, because if you're using everybody else's thoughts and their thinking patterns, then it's not going to be you. You have a brain, and if you weren't supposed to have a brain, you want it. So please, little Adriana, use your brain, use your mind, and think. Okay, let's see. Don't try and rush the process. I know. Don't try to rush the process and be patient. And I know, being a Sagittarius myself, I understand, and little Adriana didn't understand this, I'm sure, is that, you know, it's so quick, instant gratification. I have my moon in Aries, if you guys know what that means. Aries, your moon has to do with your emotions, and nothing can seem to happen quick enough for me. But as I'm learning, maturing, and evolving, I am learning to trust the process. I'm learning that time is not my enemy. Time is on my side. So yes, so guys, I hope you really enjoy this. Let me know if you've ever written down what you would tell yourself, if you made a video, or if you're going to do it now because you see my video. But I think this is something everybody should take the time to do, and maybe you'll cry and release any emotions and get excited about just the growth that you have done. But until next time, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Love and light.